All right, hi everybody. Guido here. I'm the owner for Soul Music, and I am starting to put some tutorial videos on my Facebook page and YouTube channel, and just some videos so that I can show you things that I know on the piano with music, and just some ways to teach, even though it's not like a live lesson, and you can hopefully learn some things from it. So whether you're a beginner, whether you are intermediate or advanced in piano, I just want to put some videos out there just to be able to share some knowledge. So in some of these starting videos, it'll just be real simple, easy, beginner music, specifically piano, instruction, information, some theory, just a little bit. And then I'll get into some more advanced things from my own experience and knowledge later on in other videos. So these are just going to be short, quick, and today I want to start and just explain the different keys and scales. So there are 12 of them if you're talking just major scales instead of minor and all those, but the basic scales, there's 12. So, and again, if I say something that would require too much music theory to explain, then I may not explain it in this video. So I'll try to just keep things simple so that I don't have to really go too deep in anything I say right now today. So I just want to start with the key of C, which is the most simple. There's no sharps, there's no flats in that key. And I want to show you how to form the scale for that key, because that is the easiest way to be able to play a song in a certain key, is if you know how the scale is formed and what notes you're actually using, so you know what notes to hit. The easiest way that I know to explain it is a pattern that you would play a scale using a certain pattern of notes, half steps and whole steps. So I might just call them half or whole, and forget the word steps. But if you look at the key of C, and hopefully you can see this well enough in the actual screen, if you go to the nearest note, whether it's black or white, doesn't matter, the nearest note closest above or below, that is a half step. So going from C up, that's a half step up to C sharp. Or if you're on C and you go down to B. So that's another half step. It's simply the nearest note from the note you're on. If you do a whole step, it's two halves. So you're at C, you go up twice. So now you're on D. If you're at C and you go the other way, you go down to B flat. So that's the difference between half and whole. It's just either one note away or two notes away. And again, the notes could be black, white, it doesn't matter, whatever one you're actually on. So for C, we're gonna start at C. And the way to form the scale of any key is to do a combination of these steps. Whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. Okay, so there's 7 different jumps. So if you're at C, you do 2 whole steps, and then a half step, and then 3 more whole steps, and then a half step. That's how you form the scale, and that's how you can tell what notes you're actually using in that key. So it's whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. And if you're on, for sake of ease, the next key I'm just going to do is C sharp. If you're on that key and you're trying to find the scale of that key, same pattern. Start in C sharp, and then you count up. Whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. So start at C sharp, and you go whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. That's the major scale. So that's how you form the major scale for any key And that's how you know when you're playing in a major tone, then that's how you know what notes are actually used in that key. So I'll do the rest to show you. Going up to the next note would be D, and to form the scale, you use the same pattern for the major scale. There's minors, there's augmented, there's diminished, there's others. That's why I'm reiterating that it's just major scale that I'm doing right now. Same pattern. D sharp. E. F. F sharp. G. G sharp. A. B flat. And B. And then you're back to C. So that's the easiest way to find what notes you actually use in a key. You just count out that pattern. Start at the note of that key. So if you're in the key of G, start on G, and you count whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. And those are your notes that you use when it's in a major key. All right, that's all for today. There'll be other videos to come, so stay tuned. Thanks for your attention.